I'm swagging on you. On you. What is going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Afzal Hussain, and you can find out a bit more about me through the social media links below, or you can check out my website, which is www.afzalhussain.com. Also, if you're not already, please do consider following me on LinkedIn, where I post a lot of updates on internship deadlines, a lot of advice for students and graduates, and just generic career related advice more frequently. So I post a lot of that on LinkedIn. So if you're not already, do consider following me over there. I've actually maxed out my connections at 30,000, so hit follow, and I look forward to, sharing more content on LinkedIn. And if you want to have an influence on the content that I produce on this channel, follow me on Instagram, because what I do on Instagram is do a poll every week, and I give the option to my viewers or my followers on Instagram, shall I release this video or this video? Whichever video gets the most votes, that video gets released. So if you're not, do consider following me on Instagram as well. I'm meant to be doing one video a week, but because it's assessment center season, interview season, and there's a lot of things going on, I'm trying to get as many videos out as I can, get as much content as I can for you, the viewer, whether you're not in university yet, or whether you're in uni, or whether you've graduated, or even if you're a junior professional in the industry. I'm trying to get as much content. If you're liking the content, do give us a thumbs up and share it with your community, share it with your friends, share it with your siblings, anyone that you think can value or can benefit from this content. Do share it accordingly. Now, the last video we touched on 15 ways to network like a pro, and prior to that we touched on 10 reasons why your university institution doesn't really matter when getting into investment banking. And so today I wanted to do something for the students that aren't in university yet, so the A-level students, the international baccalaureate students, because there's a lot of information out there for these students that they don't really know about or they don't know of. And so today I wanted to touch on a few reasons on why it's important to try and get into a top university. In one of my previous videos I touched on 10 reasons why it doesn't matter which university you go to get into investment banking. And though all of those reasons are true, of course it does help and it does matter to some extent which university you go to, because there are certain advantages. It's just like most things, there's pros and cons, and I don't want to give off the message to those students who aren't in university that they can just go to an average or lower tier university. I want them to aim high, and so if you're not in university yet, you should aim for the best institutions and try and get to the best universities, because most importantly it will be easier to get into the world of investment banking if you go to a top tier university as opposed to a mid tier or a lower tier university. And so today's video is going to touch on 5 reasons why it's important to try and get into the best university you can. So let's get straight into it. The first reason why you should target getting into the top tier universities or the best academic institutions is basic. It's branding, right? Branding is super powerful. When you tell someone you go to UCLA, Harvard, Stanford, MIT, Oxford, Cambridge, LSE, all these universities, they stand out. They have a powerful brand attached to them because they have a long history of excellence, and they've been at the top of their fields, the top of their games for the longest time. And so when you tell someone you attend a university like these top tier universities, immediately it grabs the person's attention. And human beings are very judgmental, human beings make decisions very fast, and human beings try to find out as much about you in order to build a picture about you. So when you say you go to one of these top institutions, immediately they think highly of you, because they think, all right, to get into these unis you need top grades, you need to be very smart, you need to be very hardworking. And so naturally the branding comes into play and it makes you look good. Similarly, so you can apply this into the world of work. If you tell someone you work for Goldman Sachs, or you work for JP Morgan, or you work for Facebook or Google, immediately the person who is speaking to you, they might be like, oh wow, that's quite impressive, or immediately they make a judgment. And so branding is very, very powerful. Think of it like this: at the end of the day, every single decision maker in the world of work, whoever's going to hire you, whatever it is, they have a natural bias, and that is they like, or they lean towards, or they get impressed by names, brands that stand out, that are known for excellence, that have a history of being at the top of their fields. And so if you go to a top tier university, the brand itself will look good on your CV, and it will look good for you as an individual applying to investment banking jobs. Simply put, it gets you noticed and it makes you stand out. And that's what you want. You want to get noticed and you want to stand out in the right way. And when you're part of a top tier university, immediately you stand out, especially to the investment banks that hire or have a lot of alumni from those academic institutions. So it helps you quite a bit. Okay, the second reason why you want to target a top tier university and why it always helps to get into investment banking by going to a top tier university is basically all of the big investment banks, the Goldmans, Morgan Stanleys, Bank of America's, JP Morgan's, and so many of the others, and even the professional services firms like PwC, KPMG, Deloitte, Ernst & Young, they all actively go to the top tier universities. So they literally come to you and want to hire you. Basically, they do campus recruiting at the top tier universities. So when you're a leading professional services firm, law firm, investment bank, you're going to go to the best universities and try and find the best students, the best candidates, because naturally in those universities you've got a lot of talent, you've got a lot of bright individuals. So when you're at a top tier university, you get all these firms coming to you. When you're not at a top tier university, if you're at a mid tier or a lower tier university, it's less likely that Goldman's, JP Morgan's, whichever firms it is, it's less likely that all of the best investment banks are going to be coming to your campus for recruitment efforts. And so if you're at a top tier university, you kind of cut out a lot of hassle of having to network as hard as the mid tier and the lower tier university students. You get a lot of companies coming to you, and so naturally that poses networking opportunities. It gives you a chance to meet HR, meet employees from the companies that you might not have considered, or even the companies that you do consider. You get to meet people, and then you can easily name drop them in your cover letters, or you have built or established a connection with the company because they've come to your university. So once again, if you go to a top tier university, you are exposed to recruitment efforts by the companies that you might be interested in, because they come to you and oftentimes they don't go to the lower tier universities. So that's reason number 2, and that's a benefit that will help you so much because it puts you ahead of so many other candidates. Okay, reason number 3 of why you should consider going to a top tier university, or why you should aim high and try and get into a top tier university, is basically from most of the top tier universities, people that graduate, so that university's alumni network, end up working in very high achieving, ambitious and challenging careers. So they go and work for the best investment banks, they go and work for the best law firms, professional services firms, engineering companies, tech companies, startups, whatever it might be. If you go to a top tier university, your alumni network is going to be doing really impressive things, and to be connected to that alumni network, it can only be beneficial, and it's a positive thing to take advantage of. So if we've got a top tier university and a non-top tier university, it's likely that most of the alumni from the top tier university, have gone on to secure offers from some of the best organizations, and more so than the mid or lower tier universities. So as a student at a top tier university, for example the LSE or Oxford or Cambridge or Harvard or MIT, your alumni network is going to be very, very strong, and you can take advantage of that. So when you're reaching out to people to connect or to network, if they see you're an alumni of their university, they will, and I've mentioned this before, they'll be inclined, they'll feel like they want to help you more than helping a stranger or someone that didn't go to their university. And so it's good to have a strong alumni network who have gone on to pursue ambitious careers in the areas that you're interested in. So if you find yourself in an interview or an assessment center and the person interviewing you or assessing you actually went to your university, that's an immediate touch point, that's an immediate connection. You both relate, you both connect, and that can help you out. And when a large majority of professionals in the industry are from top tier universities, you increase your chances of that happening by targeting or going to a very good university. Okay, reason number 4 of why you, a pre-university student, should consider or should try your best to get into a top tier university is the culture at the university is going to be different from other universities. So I went to Queen Mary University of London. At the time it wasn't, and it isn't a top tier university. It's not as highly ranked as LSE, Oxford, Cambridge, UCL and all of those. However, I got lucky because I had a good group of friends who were quite keen on Insight Week's internships and all of that. Now, if you go to a top tier university, the culture there, so if you go to the LSE, I know I've spoken to a lot of people, the culture there, you get in, you start uni, and it's like Insight Weeks, it's just shoved down your throat. Insight Weeks, Insight Weeks, Insight Weeks, internships, grad schemes. Every single person, if you're doing economics there, for example, everyone is just focused on securing as many Insight Weeks and as many internships as they can. Contrast that with a university that isn't top tier. The culture is completely different, and that's the case for many non-top tier universities. You would go to these unis and the culture, not many people know what Insight Weeks are. Not many people are applying to Insight Weeks or internships, and so naturally you fall into an environment where it's not your focus, or no one around you is kind of pushing you or competing with you to try and secure as many internships or Insight Weeks. And so going to a top tier university naturally throws you into an environment where the culture is focused on securing the best opportunities. And the last reason, number 5, it's building on from the previous reason, which is being thrown into the culture, the environment of Insight Weeks, internships and grad schemes. When you're in that environment, reason number 5 is basically your peers will help you. So if you're in an environment where every single person is focused on securing offers at the top firms, you're going to learn from the people you hang around with. Your peers might secure an offer at top or a great institution in a certain division, and they might help you with your CV or your cover letter. They might tell you what questions came up in an interview. And when you're in a top tier institution, a lot of students are going to be securing offers with a lot of different organizations across different divisions. So they will be getting offers in trading, investment banking division, research, asset management, operations, technology, tech firms, startup firms, law firms, professional service firms, consulting firms, management consulting firms, investment consulting firms. So many different companies. You're going to be surrounded by students who are securing these offers. If you're on, if you get on with a lot of people, you can learn from them. Oh, how did you get an offer there? How did you ace that assessment center? What did you do right? What would you tell me not to do? Any advice, any tips? When you're in that environment, your peers will help you a lot. So being in that environment, it's good for you because reason 4, the culture is focused on success, or is focused on getting the best offers. But more importantly, reason 5 is your peers will help you along the way. You might not have that as much at a non-top tier university, and so that's something to keep in mind. Okay, if you've reached this point in the video, thank you for staying with me. For people who are staying this far into the video, I think they deserve a bonus reason or a bonus tip. As an A-level student or a IB student, international baccalaureate student, someone who isn't at university, it's tricky. You make your application and you apply to the unis you want, but sometimes in life we don't get what we want, and oftentimes it's easy to kind of hit ourselves and blame ourselves and feel sorry for ourselves, and be sad that we didn't get our top tier university offers, and just be sad. But let me be the first to tell you, it's not the end of the world if you don't get into the universities that you wanted to. I didn't get into my first choice. I just focused on getting lots of internships, Insight Weeks and all of that, and then I ended up, I was happy. You have to the most important thing is, if you don't get what you want, step back and analyze the situation, see what's the next best move. So wherever you go, if you don't get into your favored top tier institutions, wherever you go, just focus on trying to ace your grades, ace your exams, but try and build as much experience as you can and hang around with the right people. If you go to a mid or lower tier university, check out the video. I'll link it below, and I'll put like a sign somewhere on this video for you to check out the video where I touch on 10 reasons why it doesn't matter which university you go to, because you can do these 10 things which will help you stand a chance of getting an offer with the top investment banks and other professional organizations. Okay, if you enjoyed those 5 reasons plus the bonus tip, leave a like on this video. Make sure you subscribe. 2 weeks ago I was on less than 500 subscribers, and now we're on 3.5 thousand subscribers, which is crazy, but it's literally all thanks to every single one of you watching and every single one of you who have subscribed, commented, liked, shared. Thank you so much. Now I want to do a giveaway, so I want to kind of give back to you, the people watching this, and so I also want to build a community. So I kind of need a name for what we have here, our community, me, you and every other viewer. I want to build a community, but I'm struggling to find a name for us. So I don't know what kind of name we can make or what we can come up with, But if you have any suggestions or names, if you go onto my channel, go into the community tab section, I put a post there which says something like, what should we name our community? If you comment a name or a suggestion, comment as many as you like. The best one, or the one that I choose, will win a free surgery of their CV worth £50 from officialcvdoctor.com. So I'm trying to build a community here, trying to help as many pre-university students as well as university students and graduates and professionals as possible. And so I want to build a community. That way we can, I'm always behind the camera, but I want to build something more than just me talking to the camera. I want to kind of connect with you on a deeper level. So any suggestions, do comment them in the community section, and the winner will get a prize worth £50. Also, I'm curious to find out where are my viewers from. So if you're from the UK, comment below UK. If you're from the United States, which area are you from? Leave a comment below. Wherever in the world you're from, leave a comment below. Like this video and stay tuned, because I'll be coming to you with lots more videos going forward. Peace!